Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network on beatnetworkonline.com. These are going to be some quick introductions because we actually have a special guest on the show today. We're long overdue for a guest.
Yeah, we are.
It's been some time.
It's been some time.
And also, this guest is long overdue to get on this show. But that, in a sense, is a good thing because if you're always working, if you're constantly doing something, then you want to be hard to get in touch with. You know what I'm saying? And he just recently made an announcement that puts all the pieces together like, oh, that's what's going on. You got some, you really out here making some solid, legit moves. So without further ado, my week was cool. Kev's week was cool. Want to introduce you to our first guest of 2019, the first of many, a dear friend, a longtime friend, maybe about 10 plus years. Yeah, about 10, 12 years now.
Yeah. About 10 years. Yeah, 10, 12 years. Wow.
Ooh-wee. Ladies and gentlemen, singer, songwriter, producer, choreographer, maybe depends what you're gonna see on the stage. Remey Williams is in the building. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to be on the show, man.
Happy to have you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I guess let's jump right into it. The My Turn Tour 2019.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just gassed you up in the whole introduction. But this is amazing, bro. I see that you're starting down in Atlanta, heading to Chicago for 2 dates, New York, and then this is where
this is where it changes a little bit.
This is where people of our age, that say they do music. This is where they kind of stop.
Yeah.
So Russia, you got 5 dates in Russia.
5.
Yeah, man. It's mind blowing. It's a blessing, man. So a friend of mine, he reached out to me, a good friend of mine by the name of Anthony David. While I was on tour with Summer Walker, he reached out to me and said, like, hey, man, I want you to send your music over to me. I have somebody who's interested in you performing overseas. So sending my music over, and he's tagging them in my Instagram videos, and he likes what he hears. So I sent him my music, and next thing you know, he said, okay, cool. We would like for you to perform in Russia. So dates start coming in. He said the first date was said, okay, what was it, like the second day, maybe the second or third day? He said, yeah, man, first date is March 8th. I'm like, oh, this is real. Okay.
It's happening. It's here.
So you want to go on tour like right now? Is what you're saying.
Have you ever been to Russia?
To a tour, so I will actually be over there from March 7th through March 18th, and this is my first time doing a tour. Well, an independent tour just for me as an artist. So I'm very, very, very excited about that, man.
That's dope. Tell us about this tour. Like, how did it come about? Is this your first tour, or you been touring? How did this come about?
This is my first tour as an artist. I guess an official tour. The last tour I did by myself, it was a mini tour. It was called the Amazing Mini Tour, and this was when I was in college. I went to
solid
Cincinnati.
record, by the way. I remember So Amazing. That was,
yeah,
that was that joint.
And I went to Cincinnati, Ohio. I went to Detroit, Michigan, and New York City. And then we came back. We ended in Wilberforce, Ohio, where our alma mater, Wilberforce University.
Right, squad.
Yeah. And so this will be my second tour as an artist. But I also tour as a musician. And I've been blessed to tour with a lot of amazing artists. I've toured with Saint Beauty. We went on tour to open up for Janelle Monáe last year, and I just got off tour with Summer Walker. We opened up for Black on his tour. India Shawn, I went on tour with her a couple years back, and we opened up for Rari. So it's just been an amazing ride.
Yo, those are some names.
right.
My goodness.
And Ruth B, we went on. I went on tour with her, and we opened up for Alessia Cara. So it's just been, man.
So basically, you saying you definitely not no SoundCloud artist
At all. You know, he's been off SoundCloud
Right.
sometime.
Yeah,
like, no.
yeah.
With Cat saying, "What you doing in the industry?" You know, I just uploaded a new record. No, I'm in Moscow.
right? I'm in Moscow.
What did you do
I
this
definitely,
weekend?
man.
This day 2 of Moscow.
It's definitely I definitely been putting in the work, man.
That's
Just
good.
been laying low for a minute, and just putting in work, because sometimes, you know, I didn't want to get caught up in just putting, hey, like here's my music, you know,
Gotcha.
check it out. It's just like, nah, you gotta. It takes time. You have to really invest.
Absolutely.
in what you love to do, man, and it's not an overnight success. So, Los, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
I started, you know, back in Maso days.
Oh,
man.
trust me, we're gonna get to the Maso day. I was telling Kev before we got on the show, like I'm gonna touch on some, you know, what I'm saying, some of the stuff with college, but we're definitely gonna get there. As far as the tour itself, now is this gonna be? Well, obviously it's gonna be everything is promotion, but is this tour? Are you setting up for something? Do you got something on the way, or this is just you touching different corners?
No, I actually have a project out. I'll be releasing a project.
Okay.
And it's all leading up to that project. The name of the project right now is going to be called, I'm actually still working on it, to be honest. I may call it My Turn. And the reason why I'm calling it My Turn is because, you know, I love playing for music, for artists. You know, I love touring all around the world, but at the same time, it got to a point where I wasn't fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I wasn't fulfilled, meaning like I'm using my talent, you know, my God-given talents, but I'm not using it at my, you know, full potential. And I'm not using it all. Like I sing as well, and I'm an artist. I'm an artist too, you know. Mm-hmm. So even though I do play for these artists and I tour, at the same time, it just came back to me like, okay, this is all cool, man. But what about you? You know, you have something to say too. You have something to offer as well, and you're an artist as well. So I just had to, you know, take some time and just take myself serious as an artist. You know, sometimes I would get caught up in just, it's easy. I'll put it like this. It's easy for you to put in work for another artist, like, you know, rehearsals, no problem. I'll be there. You need a track, any kind of way you need it, got you. But sometimes as people, and this is just even, you know, further than just, you know, bigger than music. It's just when it comes to people, period, as far as just self-care and self-love, it's like when it comes to us, it's just like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do it later. Right. You know what I mean? But so for me, I had to kind of check myself like, okay, you've been in this rehearsal for 8 hours, but you can't stay home and work on your music for 8 hours.
Right.
So what does that say? You know what I mean?
Right. So I'm assuming this is your debut album as a project as an artist, then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
What can we expect out of this?
Man, I'm pushing for March. That's what I'm pushing for. Still going through the mixing process and everything, but the single will definitely be released in February.
Okay. What kind of because first of all, when I saw the My Turn tour, I thought that was an amazing name because it really is like establishing this is my turn.
Right. Yeah.
And as you just said earlier, you know, just from the time we've known each other since 2007, what was like our second week of the actual active classes. And before us, we've been rocking with each other, and to see you progress from, you know, doing, you know, just being the drummer Remy to Moscow. I can't get past that. You know what I mean? To Moscow. It's just an amazing story. So is that something that we can expect on the album? And let me also say, while it's, you know, on the mic, you should call it My Turn. And if you do decide to call it My Turn, then I'm gonna need my, you know, co-executive producer credit. You know.
Okay, cool.
You could just put Los. You ain't got to put the whole, just Los. They gonna know who it is. But yeah, is that something that we can expect in the project? What's the theme, I guess, that you're going for with the records?
Well, actually, you know, the theme is really about me. It's about my turn. You know, these past couple years, it's been just me just being into self, like learning about self. You know, I've been in situations where I believe that I've put my all into so many other people that, or, you know, share so much with other people, but I never got a chance to fully just have that, take that time to fully understand who is Remey, you know, you know, what is Remey like, you know, and I just realized sometimes it just takes time to actually be by yourself.
Absolutely.
And it, at first it could be a scary thing because nobody really likes to be by themselves or be alone, but you need that time to actually know who you are. And I, you know, it was a long time where I didn't know who I was, and I would take other people's opinions rather than my own, not knowing how big and how, you know, how amazing my ideas were, and just realizing that, yo, you are good enough, just knowing your worth by yourself, that you're good, you're straight.
Right.
And so this album, you'll definitely hear things about just my family, where I come from. I just this Christmas I just had a talk with my uncle, and I just found out that my family is from Sierra Leone. Okay. And our bloodline is Gullah Geechee. So I'm going to visit my family out in South Carolina. I'm just learning history about that. So you'll definitely hear that in the project. You hear about, you know, stuff dealing with relationships, things that were my fault that I learned. You know, you learn about a lot of things once you take that time. When you step back, you learn a lot when you step back, not when you're really in it, because you're in it. You can't really see it.
You're in the moment.
Yeah, you're in the moment. So you're definitely going to hear a lot on this album.
So with what we got going now, after you just said, are you the team, or do you have a team, or are you by yourself, or, you know what I mean? How's that working? Who's going on tour with you? Yeah. Are you by yourself in this, or what?
I'm by myself, man.
Okay.
I'll be on this show by myself. I'm building a team. As of right now, I have a person she's my good friend, Jillian Williams. She's working with me, and you know, we're building, just trying to get the music out there, pushing it, hard, just to get placements on TV shows and movies, and, you know, just really, really pushing the music out there, because it's more than just music. It's a message behind the music, and it's a lot of things that people can be healed from. You know, you can get healing from the music, and that's what I really, really want, you know. So,
yes, sir.
So with I see the tour, but let the people know what dates, you know, you'll be hitting these cities and what the tour is like.
Just let them know, you know, let them know where to look out at, you know.
Okay. So January 23rd, I will be in Atlanta. I will be at Eddie's Addict, and I'll be performing. Actually, I'll be the opener. I'll be opening for Stout. Mm-hmm. She's an amazing singer.
Yeah, I've heard that name before. Yep.
Yeah, she sings background for Corey Henry, and I'll be also sharing the stage with Sunday's Best winner, Amber Bullock.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's really, really, really dope. And I'm actually pulling it up now for the 30th and 31st. I'll be in Chicago. Give me 1 second. I'm just getting these dates. Sorry.
No, you got it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, while you getting those dates together, I do have it pulled up. February 21st, he's in New York City, New York. New York is our number 2 market in the country. So to all the ear hustlers in New York, make sure you look out for Remey Williams, February 21st. He's coming to your city. Where are you going to be at in New York?
New York, I will be in. I'm doing performance. I believe it's a spot in Manhattan. I have to
excuse me.
He up there, okay.
Right. I was expecting, you know, like Brooklyn, Harlem. You feel me?
No. Y'all crazy, man.
He's like, nah, I got seats coming to my eyes. Trust me, I got seats where I'm going.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good time, man. The last time I performed there, it was a So Far Sounds event, and it was really good, man. And what I'll do is I can't really tell the location just yet.
I got you.
Until I put the link up. That's usually how So Far Sounds works. So if you would like to see me, I will put the link up. It will probably be the first week of February, and not only will the link be there, but the It'll have the venue, all the details that you need to know in order to get into the show.
So where can they find that when you do put the link up?
You can find that on my Instagram. It's Remey Williams, Remey Williams. And the same thing goes for Facebook, Remey Williams.
How long is this tour?
This tour is going to be from January 23rd till July 27th. That's going to be the last day.
Oh, so you moving?
Yeah. And he apparently just found out he was on tour.
He was like, I'll be out of it. I'll be going on for this time. Okay.
So I have dates, they're still coming in. I have dates in between as of right now.
So this isn't even the finalized tour dates?
No.
But come on, Remy, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this man right now. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
I have a couple dates, in the works as of right now. Vancouver, Canada is in the works as of right now. Of course, Chicago. I'm working on Detroit and LA.
Okay.
So no, Vegas is in there,
right? So you're not even gonna try to just
wait.
Just fuck Vegas. I see. Okay.
So pretty much, I have to reach out to people in Vegas. Of course, I'm working on it.
Listen, B2K is going to be here real soon. You can hop on that. You can hop on that train, catch an opening spot on the B2K tour. just jump in. Granted, I understand you're going to be singing better than everybody on the tour, but
you can get them women hot and bothered for a second,
real quick.
Hey man, I'm just going to try to I just got to do my thing if I go on that tour.
Absolutely. And just to get an ear hustlers, our excitement with as far as him doing international, we said Moscow a bunch of times, but if you go to Remy's social media and you see the announcement of the tour, it's not just Moscow. He's going to Perm, Russia. Didn't know that existed. He's going to.
I was today years old when I found out that existed.
That Perm, Russia existed. Kalingard, and I'm probably butchering that name. Didn't know that one existed. Rostov.
I knew that existed.
I didn't. Listen,
I knew that one existed.
It is Moscow and Putin. Those are the two things I get.
Moscow and Putin.
That's it from Russia. That's the alpha and the omega of Russia for me.
What if when you're down there, Putin wants you to put on the show for him? Would you be down to do that?
Probably not right now.
At this moment.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool.
And then you finishing off in Russia in Moscow for the 18th. So that's my God. So you're in Russia for a full week.
Yeah, just off these dates alone, this is a solid tour just off these dates alone.
And
so for you to have more coming in, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's it's amazing. I'm still I'm actually looking at the dates with you guys now, and I'm still blown away.
It's crazy because we had Muda. You remember Muda?
Yeah, DJ Muda.
Yeah, we had Muda on the show a few months ago, and just hearing how he's touching different corners. And I'm telling you, man, I talk about Wilberforce a lot on this show, only because one, it's an experience that I would never trade for the world, and every Wilberforce student has the exact same story. And for two, everyone that said they were going to do something is doing it, and they're doing it well. You got Mac is out here killing the movie roles. Muda's DJing for major people. He just did, oh my God. Oh snap. The Bronze Bomber. He just did his after party after his fight recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that.
So I want to be like y'all when I grow up.
I'm trying to be like them too. I just know them.
Yeah, I want to be like y'all when I grow up. Y'all moving.
You know what I mean? And again, just being able to follow, at least the adult portion of your musical rise, man, it's been amazing to watch. I'm constantly sharing your story, and I'm happy to have you on the show.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, how long have you been doing this?
Man, well, I've been playing drums since I was 10. Production, I actually started full-on production when I was in college. Los, I don't know if you remember this, but I used to go to the library. I think it was in, 07 or 08? And I was on the MacBook, and I was making I was making beats on the keyboard, not like a MIDI board, not the MIDI keyboard, like the actual
keyboard.
Keyboard. He was tapping J. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, and I remember it wasn't too long ago. Actually, I was listening to some of the tracks. They're trash now. I'm like, oh my God. But just to see, the growth. It's like, wow, man. So, yeah, production, I've been doing that. I'll say I started that in 2008. Drums, I've been playing since I was 10. Singing, I actually took it serious at the end of high school. Yeah, my senior year of high school.
Do you have something you prefer? Do you prefer drums or producing or making music? Do you prefer anything?
It's hard, man, because drums was my first love.
Right.
I'm probably never going to let that go. Mm-hmm. Singing, I love singing as well. It's a hard thing, man. I have everything. It's all on the same line. Man.
Okay.
I'm about to out Remy real quick because it's, when cats are like talented to the point where they just can mess around with the talent and it still sound good.
Yep.
That's this guy.
That's him.
That's him. So I would be at the rehearsals for a show. This is back in the college days, and we're gonna touch on this too. You already know. I would be at the rehearsals for the show, and somebody would say something, and then Remy would play this super goofy beat on the drums, and everybody starts laughing. I'm the only one not laughing, but I'm like, am I the only one that thought that was kind of raw? Like, I get that, that was fun and all that other good stuff, but that sounded kind of raw. And then, so that's him as a drummer. Now, him as an artist, him and everyone we came up with, because Wilberforce had the most solid choir, and I was friends with them all. Remy was in it. I'm the one that can't sing. They used to do the same thing. They would make up stories, but singing, and it'd be beautiful. That's talent. Y'all keep laughing, and I'm enthralled. I'm in right now. Just listen to all this go down. So with drumming being your first love, let's go all the way back to that. When did you, realize that music was in your heart? Like your father's a musician, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So when did you decide to pick up where he left off?
I really decided to pick up where he left off. I remember being in his studio, and I was on an electric drum kit, and the first song I played to, what is that name of that song? I think it's it was a Montel Jordan song. I don't know the name of it though. It had that groove. It was like a boom dum boom dum, but it was the remix.
I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what song you're talking about. I just can't think of a name.
And it's like I can hear the song, but
I can hear the song. But I can't think of the name. Yep.
But that was the first song. I got on the drums, picked up the sticks, and I just mimicked the beat. I tried to do everything. I was pretty much playing to the track, but it was like on beat. It was just natural for me. And my dad was just like,
no, you got something there, bro.
Yeah. So then I really started really getting into it at church. My church. I was blessed, man, to be around some amazing musicians who are on tour now with some of the biggest artists. From Jay-Z to Rihanna to Kanye West. The list goes on. So I found a love for it, and it just kept growing and kept growing. And everywhere I went, music was all around me. In high school, I'm not going to lie, I used to cut class. I didn't care about school at certain points, It's like, man, I just wanted to do music. So we would go to the band room, and we would shed and just shed and shed. And and here I am now, years later. It's just like, that's pretty much the biggest thing that I really love to do. Like, I can't imagine my life without music. You know what I mean?
So basically what you're saying is by you cutting class, it actually worked out.
Listen, I was king class cut. If you children, cut class. You'll become something great. Thank God it's nothing but adults that listen to the noise.
Right.
They hadn't already made it. Okay, so that's when you decided to pick it up. So when did you start feeling, and if I could just kind of give get a timeline between this time and My Soul. When did you kind of start feeling the momentum as an artist and as a musician? When did you start feeling that pick up to where it was like, oh yeah, this is it right here?
Okay, I'll start back in My Soul days. As a producer, that's when I felt, okay, this is it. Like I'm on to something. And the reason why I didn't pick it up as an artist, like as a singer, to be honest, is because at that point I didn't believe in my my music as much as everybody else did. So I believed in the artist and my soul more than I believed in my own music. I never told him that, but it was like, that's why I was just like, oh, now y'all can go first. I'm gonna just play drums. You know what I mean? And I would do my songs and just, you know, even though I love, you know, I like performing the songs, and I was glad that everybody liked it. Like Crash Landing and, you know, Amazing and all. I was just like, when, you know, I just kind of want to be in the background. Just
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't until my mother passed that I really started taking me as an artist very, very serious, you know.
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, you're fine. What were you going to say?
Because I remember you had a record a few years ago, Far Away. You shot a video for it. Was that record for your mother? Yes. Okay. It was for my mother. That was around the time where I was heavy into, you know, just playing drums, but I started making covers. I really started getting into that, especially on IG. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just try it, you know. At first, you know, a couple of people were like, don't do that, you know. Everybody does it, but for me, I just like music. I don't really care. I didn't care what anybody thought. I was just doing it just because I loved it. Right.
But after a while, I don't know what happened, man. It was like when my mother passed. After that, I just looked at life just totally different, man. I was just like, you know, I can't live in fear because of something. I just felt like, how can I put it? I just felt like I was holding back.
I can understand that, because that's where I'm at now. That's exactly where I'm at now.
You know what I mean? And I had to just get to a point where it was just like, yo, man, expose yourself, and you don't be afraid to say that, yo, I'm dope.
That's a solid way to approach it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, and it's not me being cocky. It's not me being arrogant. It's
a humble brag. I get it.
Yeah, it's a humble brag, and it's just like, I wish more people would think like that. I understand you have to be humble, and I don't want to get off topic, but it's just like, I feel like sometimes we live in a world where it's just like, we don't feel like it's okay to say like, man, I'm great.
Right.
You know what I mean? We feel like, whoa, you know, let me calm down. I don't want nobody to feel no type of way. I don't want nobody to feel like, no.
I want you to feel like I'm great because I'm great.
Because I'm great.
Yeah, it's like, okay, God didn't make you to just be trash. It's like, oh, I'm going to just make you, you know what? He's trash. You know, I'm just I know he's trash. No.
I don't know, man. We got R. Kelly for like 30 years, so it's...
I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, man, it's just like, you know, after a while, I just really just got into my gifts and, you know, into singing heavy. Right. Like, man, this is what I really love to do. I can't hold back anymore. So, I created Far Away with my brother, Deshaun. We were actually at my old apartment. You know, we were roommates. And then he just started playing the chords, and he asked me about the song. Well, he asked me, you know, what did you want to write about? And I told him, I don't know yet. And he said, I think you should write about your mom. And I don't like, you know, writing about things that go on in my life, especially, you know, passing of my mother. But I never fully got over it. I didn't know how to really cope with it. So that was my way of coping with it, just writing it out and getting it out, and getting all my emotions out. So
yeah, what musicians talk about their personal life?
Yeah,
you know, that's so rare. Come on, Remey, you know better. If we can kind of rewind really quick, because to me this is a very important era in what I felt molded you into the artist that you are now, especially with watching the transition between the two albums. We've mentioned My Soul a bunch here, and I'm pretty sure we got a lot of the Wilberforce cast listening in, but for the ones that are just strictly ear hustlers from the Noize, talk about My Soul.
Okay. My Soul was a label that I created in high school. Not in high school, college. I'm tripping. Not high school. It's college at Wilberforce University. And man, it was the artists that were in the label was Mike Williams, Tyler Lawrence, Kwame Hines, Chris Anderson, Jacqueline Smith, Annette James. That was everybody. Teresa Davis.
So about to say Teresa was in it. Yeah.
Teresa Davis, yeah.
And just to catch everybody up, Mike Williams is the actor Mac Wells that's been on the show. So this man is unnecessarily talented for some reason. So shout out to Mac. But anyway, continue.
But yeah, so pretty much we all came together because we just simply love to do music. And we put out an album. The first album we put out was just called the My Soul album. We sold copies on campus. We sold it at Central State, and it became a big deal. Like, it was actually like it was really, really dope. We put on live shows. We actually toured, not just on we actually performed not just on our campus, but Wright State's campus, Central State's campus, just all over Dayton, Ohio. But yeah, man, it turned into something actually. It turned into something bigger than I thought it was going to be, and changed a lot of people. The way they do music. It inspired me. I'm pretty sure it inspired the artist that was in the label as well. So yeah.
Do you think that particular time, like in your life, made you to where you are now? Like, you wouldn't be who you are now without that taking place?
I do. I feel like it put, the work ethic and the business part, definitely, molded me into, what I'm doing today. I didn't, when I was in college, I actually had the label. I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was I just wanted to perform. So I'm just networking. I just wanted to make music. Yeah, I just wanted us to perform on stage. So I'm going to just go to Wright State. Oh, they do poetry. Oh, they have a show. Okay, who's in charge of this show? Okay, yeah, can we perform at your next show? Okay, cool. So we have a show now. Hey, so I'm going to just, call the whole group up and, let everybody know we're going to have a meeting. Hey, we just got a show here. Yeah, we got a show. And then even on, as far as getting our music on iTunes or Amazon, my good friend, Jay Cherie.
Yeah, shout out Jay Cherie.
Yeah, she helped us get our music, our second album, Another Side of Me. She helped us get that on Amazon and iTunes. And then you guys actually helped me get Amazing. It was you and Dario.
Yeah. Shout out to Kingpin. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You guys helped me get Amazing on Amazon and iTunes.
This is how you know that I've been doing too goddamn much. I completely forgot that we had you as an artist for a minute.
Yeah, man.
Yes, but yeah, we did put out Amazing. That's right. Continue.
But it was just pretty much just me just going through trial and error, figuring it out. I didn't even know that it was like I was a tour manager / PR / MD / producer all in one. But I'm just thinking, okay, this is what you have to do in order to make it.
Right.
But it prepared me. I mean, it definitely made me to who I am today. The musician I am today, as far as just being business minded, knowing what to do and not what to do on the job. So definitely grateful for that time and period of my life.
I know you spoke about it. I mean, I know we spoke about it personally. What are some of the business hurdles that you had to overcome in order to get to where you are?
Know your worth. Know your worth.
Say
and
that.
The reason why I say that is because a lot of, I hate to say it, but our people sometimes, we're scared to speak up as far as our worth. And because we're scared to speak up, people get over on us. Mm-hmm. Or, like, perfect example, you're a great singer. You can bring people out. But however, when a person asks you, what's your price? You're scared to say
what your actual price is. I get what you're saying.
What your actual price is.
Yeah.
And
you cut them a deal before they even say anything about it.
Yeah, you cut them a deal. It's like, you didn't even try.
Right.
You didn't try at all.
Yeah.
And you'll also be able to weed out the people who really believe in your gift and who just takes it for granted. Mm-hmm. Say I come to somebody and say, hey, just me, I'm coming. I don't know, you're just putting out a number and then, we can't do that. I mean, you good, but I mean, I mean, we could get somebody else. Okay, cool. You get that person who's just been doing it for about a month and they're doing it for a hobby. It's just, you put so much time into, when you put so much time into your craft and your gift and what you love to do, it's not just a hobby. It's not something that you just do on the side. This is your life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that.
Pay me my coins.
Right.
I need my ducats.
Yeah. So that I definitely had to learn that, just to speak up, man. And you have to learn to say no and be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But that's the biggest thing I learned.
Now, what about as an artist? Have you ever felt as if you may have had to compromise your art, just to kind of transition into that era? Like, because I remember, because now that you brought it up, it's all starting to come back. I remember when you gave us Amazing, and I first heard it, and me and King here said the same thing. It was like, yo, this is a hit. This is nothing less than a hit. And I just thought back to Another Side of Me and how that was a little bit more on the, and I say this respectfully, that was a little more on the commercial side of things. Yeah. So, but it still was very much so you and, your passion, but I just remember it being kind of different. So have you ever had to compromise your artistry to start to move forward, start to propel?
No, I actually felt that I needed to be myself. Right. Mm-hmm. Stop trying and just be myself. That's what I learned. And, even with it, with the project that I'm working on, it's just me writing from a genuine place. What are you talking about? Is this real? Like, what you're talking about, is this real? Is this you? I also learned, as far as with writing, how it's pretty much, I got to a point where it's just like, okay, how can I write a song to get my point across in a small phrase, and that everybody can relate to, or the people who hear the song, okay, I can relate to that. Right. You know what I mean? Right. That was one thing that I had to learn to do, and also make it catchy. You know what I mean? It's just small things like that really that I had to switch up. So I didn't feel like I had to compromise anything. I just had to become more true to myself. And when I became more true to myself, I started to find my sound like even more. I had a lot of aha moments. So yeah.
Okay, so with all that, what's your writing process like? I was thinking about that because I write too. So what's your process like?
Oh, what is my writing process like? It depends, man. It depends. It usually, because I'm a producer, it usually starts with the beat. And however the beat sounds, I really think about a lot. So at first I hear the beat, and then I think visually, of, okay, how would this look on film, or how would this look visually just on a screen or whatever. So I started writing to it, or it just depends on how I feel in the moment. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So yeah, it really just depends. Sometimes it starts with just the production. Sometimes it starts with just something that I may hear in my head, and I have to get it out, and it just comes out exactly how I hear it in my head. It's just an idea. It usually always happens at night.
I can relate to that.
9 times out of 10 it happens at night. But my process is random. I can't even really explain it, man.
Where do you get your inspiration from? Is there like various things, or it has to be something that happens that to get your inspiration going, or do you just sit up at night and be like, yeah, I can write about this? Like, what's your inspiration?
Life. Life. I sometimes get inspired by musicians and artists. Conversations that I may have with other people. Love a lot. I definitely get inspired by love. It's something that I'm still learning about.
I think that's a forever learning process. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a forever learning process, and it's like the more that I learn about it, it's like okay, I need to write about this because this was cool. Yeah, I need to write this on paper. So yeah, man. That's pretty much that.
Were there any opportunities that you may have like passed on because you felt like, you know, not so much as an artist, but you as a man and your integrity, you know, may have been something that took a hit? Like, or was there anything you really had to step back and be like, I can't do that?
Right.
Just like any kind of opportunities.
If it, I can't think of any at the moment, but if I did, it was more so because of, it had to be just, once again, me knowing my worth. Or, you just reach a certain level, you know, a point in life where it's just like, man, I can't keep doing this to myself, man.
Right.
You know, or sometimes you just have to call a person's bluff for them to realize, like, okay, you know, once again, I know my worth, and I'm
dope, nigga.
You know what I mean? It's just I have been tested like that before, where it's just like, oh, so you're going to do this gig? Well, if you do this gig, then fine, we're just going to let you go. Okay, cool. Like, you can let me. That's you. I can leave. That's perfectly fine.
That's your loss.
But yeah, it's pretty much your loss because I know my value and what I added to the situation, and what I added. I'm not saying this in an arrogant way at all, but it's like I know that's a big shoe to fill.
So I'm gonna lead back to I'm dope.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, it's just being real. It's just like, yo, I know my worth. I know I did my job and I did it well. So whoever comes in next, I know it's going to take some time, and you've adjusted to certain things about me, or, you know, certain things of how, you know, a certain situation goes. And it was sometimes just people are just a little too greedy, and they, you know what I mean? I had to let it go. So yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to come up again throughout the rest of this interview, but I do want to say that if you're in a position to say that, that you know your worth and you know that you're dope and stuff like that, there's no need to announce whether or not, it's coming across as arrogant or you're being cocky or anything like that. Cause that's one thing that I think we, especially as Black people, need to learn to separate is at the end of the day, we have to know our worth. We have to know that what we're doing and our audience or our consumer, whoever it is we're trying to reach, they know our worth.
Yeah, shit. The Black people push the dollar right now.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
We have to know our worth. So it's definitely not coming off as cocky or anything like that. Like we had Rich Murphy on the show, and we were talking about his brand and how he'll say that he would have fallen outs with people because cats would ask him for a discount on his stuff. And he's like, nah, like you buy full price or catch it when I do a sale.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is no, to me, it's personally insulting when people want to discount my talents, when people want to discount my efforts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know with Rich Murphy, he does a lot of things by hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no, you don't get a discount. You gotta pay this money.
Right. I need my coins.
Exactly. I need my coins. So if I can say this to anything, to all Black entrepreneurs, Black artists, whatever the case is, never be ashamed to know that you're dope. Right. Never be ashamed to know that what you're doing is dope and to know that this person likes me, that person likes me. So I must be on to something. Right. Here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So that was just a really random rant. Now gotta try to remember my question. Is there anything, I won't say regret, but is there anything that you look back on this journey that you feel as if would have kind of sped things up for you, that you just had to kind of get to that place where I don't want the shortcut. I want to make sure I'm going along the path correctly. Like, was there any opportunity you look back on and be like, damn, I probably should have jumped in that one?
No. I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I had to go through those situations. Could it have been better? Yeah. Could the process have been sped up? Yeah. I feel like, as people, life is all about decisions. Y'all know that. But
absolutely.
And I also learned that 9 times out of 10, we already know what's right, the right move and the wrong move before we even make it. But it's just up to us to either take the right way and you get there faster, or you test the waters and be like, I'm gonna just try it anyway. And now it's almost like a spiritual. I call it like a spiritual GPS, where it's just like, when you feel like, oh, man, I already know the way here, and you try that way, but the GPS is telling you to go this way, and now because you're going this way, you're stuck in traffic. Now it's rerouting you, but you get to your destination.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I get exactly.
So that's how I feel that life is, man. So I don't have any regrets. I'm still at the place where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be right where I am now. So, nah, man, I'm good.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this new project. How you said you're working on it. How far along are you?
I'm pretty much done. I'm in the mixing process right now.
Okay.
Yeah, the writing is finished. Music is finished. All I'm doing now is, while I'm on this tour, I'll have a couple shows coming up with other artists that I play for. All I'm doing now is just taking that time to get ready for promo, music videos, more dates, all that good stuff to make sure it has all the good bells and whistles. Everything is all clean. So
as long as you back on the Noize when you do that album promo run, we definitely need you to come back and tell more of that story for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got to come back.
Is any of the upcoming music? Is any of that? Will that be performed during a tour at all, or we just take? Okay.
Yes, it definitely will. I'm going to be doing like about 3 songs on the project. I'll be doing those, pretty much on every date that I have. So yeah.
That's dope.
And after this project, I'll be dropping another project. I'm trying to. This one is kind of like a cupping season type music, but it's good. It's good. It's really, really good.
Gotcha. How many tracks are on it?
Altogether, it's going to be 6 tracks.
Okay. You're right in the pocket.
Yeah. Right. I want to keep it right in the pocket, and then in the springtime, I'm going to come out with some more music. Spring, summertime vibes. Everybody can really, really jam and rock out too. So yeah.
Okay, so Remey out here trying to get some more babies on this. Right. He's looking for. He's like, it's cover season. These 6 songs, you'll be good. You'll make it.
Yeah.
So with everything going on with the tour, more dates getting added, the 2 albums that you're trying to put out, what do you expect out of 2019? And I ask everyone this question. It's like my patented question on the show at this point. So what do you expect out of 2019?
Man, this year, man, I want to focus. Yes, I love music with all of my heart, man, and it's my main focus. However, I've come to realize that because it was my only focus, I started missing other parts of me. Like it was so many other things that I didn't really care as much about. Mm-hmm. I'll be so much into my music that sometimes I wouldn't, like I forget to call reach out or just check up on my family or just enjoy life, like just being, I don't know, a human for one lifetime. Like going on vacation, I had to relearn how to be in the moment.
Right.
And so many times I'll be in conversations and they were like, yeah, there's a deep conversation and I'm listening. But sometimes it'll get so hard because I'm thinking about music.
Thinking about the music,
yep. Yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't have did that on that show, man. Or and it's like a real, so now it's just like just being in the moment with friends and family and just enjoying life. And also, I want to inspire, man. I believe that God has an assignment on my life and it's bigger than just music. I forgot to talk about this, but I'll be also... I got a chance while I'm on the tour. I'll be going home to speak to my high school, speak to the students, and to be honest, I'm glad that I'm traveling. I'm going to be able to perform in all these different, in a different country and different states. But that right there, that has so much meaning because it's like here I am. I'm from Camden, New Jersey, and I get to go back to where it all started to speak to kids. Well, some of them may have low level thinking, or some of them may feel like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to ever, be on on the big screen, or I don't know if I could be an actor, but I'm an example to show them that it is possible.
Right.
And it takes work. You got to put the work in. So just to do that means a lot. And just to even, have them share that experience. I'm going to sing a couple songs and just tell them about the stories. I really want to, and I really want to inspire that. So that's one thing I'm, excited about. But those are things that I'm really working on as far as this year as a man, as an artist. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what would you tell aspiring musicians, the people that are coming up after you? What would you actually tell them?
Put the work in.
Okay.
Don't quit. Put the work in. Don't quit. And trust yourself.
I think that's big. Trusting yourself is big.
Trust yourself and your talent, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust yourself, trust your talent. And once again, know your worth. I cannot.
AKA, I'm dope, nigga. I'm dope.
What do you tell somebody that's kind of not good at what they're doing? You know what I mean? Like, what do you tell if it's a singer and they kind of trash? Like, do you tell them they trash?
What are you letting Ice JJ Fish know? Like, when y'all had that conversation?
I mean, to be honest, it's like you can't tell them nothing, because if we want to be like really, really, really honest right now, it's a lot of artists where it's a lot of artists out there right now who aren't that good, but I'm pretty sure it's been plenty of people that were just like, yo, this is not, your field. But they are killing the game right now. And why? Because they trusted themselves like yourself. They were consistent, they invested, and it's just like we wonder a lot, like, yo, how? Like,
it's a lot of Tekashis out here is what you're saying.
It's just like, how are you in the spotlight like right now? And it's like the people that we always could just be like, why are you on the stage? They're the ones, they don't have a problem believing in themselves. Yeah, but it's like the most talented artists have some of the biggest issues, like some of the biggest insecurities. And it's just like, if we can just take their confidence in our talent, oh man, it'll be crazy.
Oh, world tours all the time.
Yeah. I will say during this interview, like you definitely inspire me, because I was a lot of the same things you were saying. I was the same way. Like, didn't really want to be in the forefront, kind of wanted to be in the background. But as of recent, I've been, stepping out of that shell a little bit. So hearing this come from you, that helped a lot.
When he says a little bit, it's like creeping.
It's not.
It is inch by inch.
That's far as like being an introvert. But far as like talent goes, like, no, I'm trying to step out there and do things. Like this year, I plan on really being a lot more visual. Like they gonna know my name this year.
Good, man. Good. I'm glad, man. They need to. They definitely need to, man.
And really just knowing you and just being able to follow the motion from, meeting you in 07 to now. And this is one of the things that, cause I hate social media, but this is one of the things that I look at social media and I'm like, this is what this tool is for, because I'm able to follow you guys. Like, I don't see y'all every day. I don't talk to y'all every day, but to log on and be like, damn, he's doing this movie, or damn, he got this tour going on, Moscow. They can't get past that. And just seeing all this stuff going on, man, I can't begin to tell you, and I've been telling you this entire episode, I can't begin to tell you how proud of you I am. You know what I mean? And, I know that, the alumni are proud of you. I know your family's proud of you. And the same thing I told you earlier, dog, there's nothing, wrong with seeing yourself exactly how you are and exactly how other people see you. And people, we just mentioned, that these cats, they have this crazy confidence, but the talent may not be there.
Right.
We said on the show this time, sometimes people just ain't for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if someone's listening, for them to be at that place, to be at that level. So to just continue to know your worth and continue to tell yourself that you're dope. Again, you're going to Moscow. That's something that's a lot of cats can barely go to the north side of their current city to perform at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just knowing your worth, recognizing your worth, man. I could see the Remey Williams brand getting even bigger, even though it's huge right now. Man, we appreciate you sitting in with us for this hour, bro. Definitely loved hearing your story. Loved hearing where you're going, where you've been, everything. So just to go over the tour one more time so it's fresh in everybody's head. I already have it pulled up here. January 23rd, Atlanta, Georgia. January 30th and January 31st, Chicago. February 21st, New York City. March 8th, Russia. March 9th, Russia.
Just from
March 14th, Russia. March 18th, Moscow, Russia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce those again. I'm not going to do that to myself. And then, from at least for right now, you wrap up, July 27th in, Norcross, Georgia. And you're looking to add more dates. Remy, let the people know where they can find you at, sir, and your music.
Oh, man. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. It's all the same name, Remey, Remey Williams. Once again, Remey, Remey Williams. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, Google Play. It's on everything. It's pretty much no excuse for you not to have the music.
If you got a streaming platform, you can get to the music.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can get to the music. Yeah.
Oh, man. Kev, let the people know where they can find you at.
_ Hollywood Kev on Twitter. _ Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram. Stay tuned for Instagram. That's all I can say.
Definitely. Big Los IG on IG. And of course, you can follow the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Noize Podcast, and everything Beat Network, beatnetworkonline.com. One more time, Remy, I appreciate you coming on, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure. I couldn't think of a better first guest for 2019.
Yeah, that's solid.
Definitely thank you, sir. I'm happy that we were able to get you on. What are we like your third, fourth interview?
No, actually, you're my first.
We're the first? Let's get it.
This year.
Listen, I'm going to milk the hell out of this when you take off. As soon as everything go crazy, like, hey, but we talked to him first. That was us first. You know what I'm saying? We got that story long before you got it, so y'all just go ahead and relax. Then Dan, we appreciate you. We appreciate you choosing us to be your first interview, man.
Thank you.
I think we got some really good information. I think we got an amazing story here, and we can't wait to share it, man. Can't wait to get it out.
Absolutely, man. And Los, I want to say I'm proud of you too, man.
Oh,
to be able to be on your radio show, man, it means a lot. I mean, I'm super proud. I'm beyond proud. You know, we both went to the same college, you know, and to see you doing your thing and living your dream, man, it's a blessing, yo.
I appreciate it, man.
You know, it's a blessing to see your friends succeeding, you know.
Absolutely.
Working hard. You put in the work just like, you know, we all did. So, yeah.
Absolutely. The furthest we got is New York, so I'll definitely be a lot more on your level when I get to Russia.
Yeah, when we get to Moscow. Right.
Definitely Moscow.
Exactly. Moscow. Gang. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that's Remey Williams. And as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.